Yo, what's going on? This is Archduck, and welcome to The Last Winter Night, a game where we haunt a suit of armor, and we had to find our memories that are lost within this castle. So, let's go possessing. I always love these visual novels. Lost Soul. Wandering through mist and snow. Do you feel the touch of iron cold? Maybe. Maybe not. I'm a suit of iron. Oh, I could possess. I feel alive. Before you awoke, there was nothing. No warmth or light, no touch nor taste, no sound nor sight. No dreams, no fears, no memories. Only a dark as vast and boundless as the sunless sea. You were one soul adrift among the dead that came before you. A droplet in an ocean. But now, you're unsure when you come to consciousness. When the piece of yourself and forms you again. When darkness became dimness. When silence became the barest rustle of sound. Wind. You're here again, in the world of the living. As if you never left. As if, when you close your eyes for the final time, you were only dreaming. You try to recall what a dream is. What it means to wake from sleep. When you were alive, and sleep was a different being altogether from death. Feel. Moments pass. You remain still for some time, letting the sensation of the world around you flood your consciousness. Grounding yourself in the flow of time itself. Time. You once felt its passage with painful clarity. The world of the living is a finite and fragile one, fleeting as frost beneath the morning sun. But now, you have the luxury of waiting. Something falls gently around you. Snow. You form the word in your mind. Feel its shape with your consciousness. Soft. White. Cold. You shiver out of instinct. Something metallic clangs and rattles as you do. But the bite of cold never comes. Listen. I was about to say, listen. This game is. I love this introduction so far. It's captivating. I always love these visual novels because they have such a feeling to them. It's so amazing. I'm listening. The roar of the wind. The creaking of iron. The song of a place abandoned by time. If solitude had a sound, would this be its melody? Look. Finally, you decide to examine your surroundings. Or rather, your encasings. My hand. I like it. You try to move your fingers, and something metallic clinks in response. A steel gauntlet follows your command, clinking softly as you twist and turn. But this gauntlet and vambrance are hollow. No flesh is encased beneath them, not even bone. Yet you bend your arm, the coulter and the pauldron move to your command. The rings of an iron halberd clatter against the empty cuirass of your torso. That's a lot of medieval words. You know that once, long before the currents of the sunless sea took all memories from you, you had flesh. You lived and breathed. Lived and breathed and fought and killed until you died yourself. See. Gingerly, you reach for your visor, and it cracks open, then closed, until your vision settles into focus. Ah, God, the mirror's already shattered. Don't let it shatter again with my ugliness. What you see is yourself. Your reflection, rather, in a broken mirror on an old stone wall. An empty helm stares back at you. As you shift and turn, your cuirass and pauldron shift along with you, clanging in the dimness. Did this armor belong? Was I a knight? You concentrate, searching for any traces of the past that linger in your soul. You find nothing but flashes of sensation, flickering of emotions. You clench your gauntlet as you feel them wash over you. Fear, rage, regret. The hilt of the sword in your grip. A war cry on your lips. Hunger. Cold. You have killed and you have commanded others to kill. Violence is no stranger to you. Violence is no stranger to you. Neither is feeling cold steel around you. But beyond these sensations, no memories come to you. Not yet. Perhaps in time, you will know what drew your spirit not only from your armor, but to this place as well. For now, you turn to the rest of your surroundings. Dude, this is selling me. This is great. Objects will not yield all seekers upon a single look. Try examining them more than once to reveal more insights. A brief summary of your discoveries can be found in the Codex. Cool. When you have found everything, you can interact it with in a room. The frost around the edges of the screen will disappear. Oh! That's a cool game mechanic. I hope you could find yourself again. Dude, I hope I could find myself again too. Mirror. Taking a look in the mirror, trying to make out more details of your armor. I got drip. It's a deep black, though the metal's luster has been lost to time. Delicate engravings cover its plates, spiraling. Leaves and gilt florals trace its surface like ivy on the walls. Man, that's some imagery. This is masterfully written. Like, just for giving you like the illusion of what this is. I like this a lot. The crest carved onto the center of the cuirass resembles a bird, a crow or a raven, you think. It's an intricate piece of craftsmanship, beautiful truly. But more importantly, it feels familiar, comforting. Wearing it makes you feel less like a spirit and more like you. Whoever you were. Plate armor is already expensive, you think? Hence, only knights can afford to wear full suits into battle. Armor this ornate could only have belonged to someone of great status and renown. Could it truly be me? What sort of person was I? And why wasn't I laid to rest? Everyone from the loftiest king to the lowliest prisoner must be granted final rights, whether a grand pyre to burn away mortal regrets, or a single candle cruelly carved with the name. 1,000 lights or a single flicker of flame. Every soul deserves something to guide them across the sunless sea. Either I receive not even the barest courtesy of my death, or the burden of my soul weighed so greatly no flame could hope to lift it. But I remember nothing of who I was, how I am supposed to be free myself. So I can either be a bad guy, or someone just basically defiled my corpse and didn't give me burial rites. Oh, who's this up here? Oh, hello. Painting hangs above the hearth, flaking and aged, its ornate flame tarnished with time. It depicts a woman of no less than 20 summers, dressed in blue gown, her skin porcelain fair and hair fairer still. A raven, its feathers the same stark hue, perched in her arms. She's beautiful. Not even time can steal the fact from that canvas. Nameless night, only because she is like me, lifeless and ageless. You stare at the painted face, trying to recall the person it belonged to. If it was the mistress here, I must have served her as a knight. But her name, like yours, escapes you. Alright, window time. Broken windows gape like an open jaw, drawing icy breaths of wind to the wide stone room. Shards of glass litter the floor like revenant teeth. Revenant's teeth? Buried underneath soft white mounds of snow. A winter storm gathers and growls. You have difficulty traversing it, should you find a way outside. Well, there's plenty more to explore here yet. Fireplace. A cold stone hearth with only ashes remain. You try to recall memories of laughter seated before a roaring fire. Shared smiles, warm wine, words of comfort whisper. Hours nestled shoulder to shoulder, huddled against the cold. Nothing. Who would I have shared tender moments with? I don't know, man. But, how long is it like old ash? Because how long does ash stay in a fireplace? If it's in a stone castle. So it can't be too long if there's ash here, I believe. You've awoken a long deserted room. If you can ignore the overturned furniture, broken glass, and fallen chandelier, you think would have been a comfortable place. It's spacious, with thick rug, wide walls, and a hearth warm and arched, windowed for light. A solar or a sitting room. You briefly wonder if you would have had the luxury of spending time here as a knight. Probably not. I probably was just fodder for the king. You pick up a book and try to read its faded words, though your hollow gauntlets struggle to turn the pages. Aw, that's sad. It appears to be an epic romantic novel about a knight. Could it be me? Knightus? Oh, Knightus. Oh, is that the female version? Well, I suppose anything is possible in fiction. What? Oh God. My knight is has got some opinions. The pages are filled with lengthy paragraphs of purplish prose that spend too long describing the main character musing the scenery. The main character's musing about the scenery. You feel safe assuming this hefty volume did not belong to you. You feel safe? Oh my God. My character's not a romantic. Or he's a medieval man, that's for sure. Sheaves of parchment lie scattered near the ancient wooden table. You carefully pick one up and attempt to read the faded script. My dear Marchioness, my knights and I are most eager to attend the tournament. But my condolences once again for your loss. What a great burden your father has left to a woman as young as yourself. I, of course, would happy to offer my advice, perhaps in a private setting. Hey, that's me. Letters continue similar fashion, mentioning of a tournament, the death of a recipient's father, and promising courtship or counsel. The words choke with flattery and viled. What? Condensation. Condensation. God. Each one is addressed to a Marchioness. Marchioness? You assume this must be the woman in the portrait, though her painted face is nothing but serene. You can only imagine her reading them with a sigh of exasperation. You're certainly beginning to feel that way. You set the letter aside without caring where it lands. There's nothing left in this room. Cool. Let's go this way. You're not my brother. Huh? Who? Was that my lady's voice? You wait, but save for the wind, the castle remains silent. Huh. If I keep searching, I should remember more. At least you hope so. Let's go right. Ooh, this is a fun place. Or that knight armor, or that armor piece right there. A rusted suit of armor donning a faded blue surcoat surveys the hall. It's impressive, but dated, and doesn't hold a candle to the fine craftsmanship of your own armor. Hello? You try to call out, and immediately feel foolish. You don't have a body, so naturally you have no voice either. Aww. I'm gonna haunt somebody, and they're not gonna know who I am. What are the chances that there's another haunted suit of armor here, after all? Proud banner adorn the walls. Each bears a raven with wings unfurled, similar to the one engraved on your armor. This is the symbol of the family I served. Yet you don't feel any sense of pride as you gaze upon them. Almost the opposite. So betrayal is what I'm sensing. Broken glass piled snow blanketed the floor of the hallways as well. The shards glint like splintered teeth. You remember tales you've heard before. Tales you have told and tales you have been told. Tales of men who woke from death and grew iron skin and teeth. Iron has always been sacred in the spirits, they say. I suppose that's why I draw into my armor, and not some other object. But why was I drawn here at all? We'll keep on going, man. It was a wooden rack of holding weapons. A pair of training staves lean against forlornly. You sweep your gaze across, you gaze over the room. Not a single sword or spear lies in sight. You let your gauntlet fall to either side, where a scabbard would hang off your belt if you were carrying one. I can't deny, I'd feel safer with a sword. You know what they say about old habits and dying. Yeah, they die hard. It's a storage room filled with a few empty crates and shelves. Dust coats the surface of old wood and moth-eaten fabric, thick as frost, untouched by the sun. Thin, moon-white cobwebs fill every corner and crevice. Against the far wall, you see a rickety shelf laden with blankets, horseshoes, shoe horses, and other riding equipment. You even spy what it looks like a tournament barding bearing a unicorn-shaped crest, likely the personal symbol of whatever knight this loyal steed once carried. You've seen this crest before, emblazoned on a blue standard, fluttered in the field. A satchel with the same crest sits on top of shelf. Oh my god. A satchel with the same crest sits on top of the shelf. Ooh, find out what it holds. That would be worthwhile. Oh, if I reach up there, am I gonna fall apart? I'm just gonna save real quick. Find out what it holds. Luckily for you, your armor is tall enough to reach it without straining. You wonder if your suit would hold together if you were to fall. Would you be able to pull yourself together if your arms were no longer attached to you? What am I looking at here? You carefully lift the satchel, aged leather crinkling at the metallic touch. Your finger plates graze over the crest. Snow. Flower? Gingerly, you open it. Rather than an equestrian supply you were expecting, you find an assortment of objects. A broken necklace, torn linen, and numerous letters. Personal sentimental belongings? Well, we're about to find out. Let's get nosy. A torn piece of embroidered linen. The fabric is very fine. You're afraid of holding it in your gauntlet, lest the metal catch on the threads. It's patterned with flowers, leaves, and vines. Molotovs? Motifs, common enough in clothing, but rarely in fabric this delicate. Oh, I know what this is. It's a wedding veil, or at least the remnants of one. All that's left is sorry thing is a scrap of fabric burnt and stained at one end. The stitches are uneven and filled with gaps, too tight in some places and too loose in others. The bride who made this would have not been skilled seamstress, to put it charitably. With needlework like this, it's a wonder she married at all. God dang. Oh, could I have been married? Was I ever in love? I think the married one is more appropriate here. Finding the bride would have been a necessary task for a knight like you, no matter how you might have felt about it. But if you were, what does it mean that you don't remember who she is? Your supposed partner for life. Big sad, he ain't even replying. A simple amber pendant with a broken clasp. It would have belonged to a man or a woman, but given the fine linen it rests on, you would find the latter more likely, so more likely a woman. It twinkles in the dark like a drop of stolen light. Oh. The words, they're so cool. They're so heartfelt. Oh my god. Faded note on a scroll of handwriting barely visible on a parchment scrap. The ink looks blotted away in places. By water or by tears. You decipher it best as you can. I told you I don't want them back. Take them or throw them away. I don't want to talk. I don't want to see you again. Not after what you've done. Well, that was certainly doesn't bode well for the recipient. Letters stowed carefully away. These were written by someone you know. You carefully fish out an envelope. Probably with both hands. You ever do something where you're like, got stuff on your hands like grease or something and you just try to pick it up with the clean parts of your hands with both hands? That's basically what this guy's doing. To your frustration, they're too faded to read. It looks like they were damaged or the ink was of poor quality. I wish I could have gotten a name, something, anything. You shouldn't have. You shouldn't have. Think of it as an early wedding gift. Come on, try it on. I'm a lousy partner if I can't spoil you from time to time, aren't I? That's not true. You're all I could ask for. You deserve it. You deserve so much. Spring. Bright sunlight spills over your bustling town square. The market blooms with colors. Pennants fluttering in the air like butterflies, stalls strung like dried flowers, people filing the streets, tunics and skirts of woad and weld blossoming among the cobblestone. You keep your long hair covered despite the warm day. Silver strands stand out like blot of ink in a fresh page. But she stands out anyway. Her loose waves flow down her back, burning red in the sunlight. Unclothed, you knew for a woman her age. I don't know what was on Koth, but she never dared what others thought of her. You admired that. You were always a little envious of it. Gingerly, she touches the drop of gold around her neck, as if it were the most precious thing in the world. But she stares upward as if the real treasure is held in her eyes. Oh my god. This is beautiful. We got our redhead boys. And love. Wait. I still don't know your name. A gift. For someone you once knew. Someone who was close to you, at least for a time. Someone who cared for you. Someone who betrayed you. Betrayed you? You deserved so much. And that voice, that familiar voice of someone who wanted to give her the world, but had only the sword on his belt and the armor on his back and little more. A knight like you. What did I do? This is heartfelt, man. This is... I feel like I'm getting into the like I'm part of the character. This is amazing. This guy, he got betrayed, but the only stuff he had was his dope armor and a sword. It looks like a hatch lies on one side of the room. Open it. You tried to lift and meet resistance. Your hollow arms clang in unison with metallic screeching of the hinges as you strain to open it. It swings open to reveal a pitch blackness. I shouldn't have expected anything else, should I? Yet something in the dark pulls at your memory. Twisting corridors. Tunnels melting one into the next. A pursuit. Hunters cornering prey. But was I the one chasing, or being pursued? All you know is that some piece to the answers you seek lies down there. Save. Oh, might as well hop in. My legs! Curiosity swallows sense as you descend into the darkness. Your sabatons clang on the steps, echoing into lightless, soulless, unending, dark, blacker than a sunless sea, blacker than that place that you were nothing. All right, I'm leaving, man. I don't have to take this grief. You clamber out of the dark, nearly tumble onto the dusty floor. I can't go further without light. I can't. This is 1,000 times worse than the fear of hell than when I was alive. The sun would always rise again, no matter how many nights I could not sleep. But there's no sunrise on the sunless sea. You give the hatch door a push, letting the fall close. Shakily step away. Your answers will have to wait until I have light and a way of leaving a trail. The tunnels are twisting as I remember. I do not fancy becoming lost down there either. Say less. Maybe a young girl, but she isn't blind. Can't you see? The North needs someone like you. The North. What are we, the Starks? Who? Wait. Alright, let's take a left. Oh, scratches? I don't like that. A pair of doors stand at the end of the hall. They don't budge. Even when you press the full weight of your armor against them. Because it's locked, you dummy. Yeah, locked. Yeah, I might have been a knight, but I ain't the smartest. Let's go this way. You spy the remnants of a tapestry clinging to the wall. A A knight on horseback charges a giant thing, tied down by chains. Bolts stick out of his back. The lone rider is flanked by knights in different colors bearing shields and spears. Revenants? You said that wouldn't be a scary story. What's this? Are you afraid of a simple tale? Yes. Revenants. But they are the size of men, not whatever this is supposed to be. No. Tapestries often commemorate great events. Battles. Victories. Perhaps the beast here was a metaphorical one. A great nation, an enemy army, or a tyrant. Nothing more. Nothing in here. Oh, there's a candle and there's a book. I'm going to the candle room. Heck yeah, I need a candle. Oh, what is that? Moonlight filters softly through a stained glass window. You recognize a scene depicting in colored glass. A scene from the Tales of the Mist. It's the hero Tristram, lantern and sword in hand, preparing to slay the revenant that terrorized his people. But the story isn't a happy one. It's a tale of sacrifice and folly. How do you remember that? Wait a minute. Tristram. Why does that name sound familiar? Well, the tale was a popular one, and the name is common enough when I was alive. But you can't help to feel there's more to it than that. Candles? Candles cover the room in every size and shape you can imagine a candle taking. Some are plain, half-melted stubs clinging stubbornly to their pocket. Crickets? Never heard that word before. While others are tall and carefully carved in ornament and flowers. Almost all are engraved with a name. It's a chapel. A place where rites are given and prayers are whispered. Where all facets of life were celebrated. Births, funerals, weddings. I know this place. I've carved names here. Golden light softly scattered by stained glass. Warm voices, borrowed silks, flowers. For the first time you can remember, the scent of flowers mixes with incense and melting wax. You're not sure what they're called, but they're golden, like her eyes. Gold, like the thin band you carry that glints like a ring of sunlight. It slips over her finger as easily as a promise whispered. It weighs like an oath kept. Your family gains another member today, but not all are present to witness it. Your father's not here to see this joy. Your heart is so light, you almost don't notice it. The warmth is gone, leaving your hollow plates colder than before. As a tender memory ebbs away, a trace of bitterness takes its place. Woman in a veil. My what? My what? This is so good. I did not realize that this would have like the romantic elements and stuff, but it makes it so tied into the mystery. This is, like I said before, it's so good, but it's so like involved. It makes you want to understand. An ornate candlestick sits on the altar. The candle resting in it are carved almost as beautifully as spiraling black iron itself. Like that language right there. You don't see games use words and imagery like that. And this game is so unique. This is just the demo. It's so unique. These candles would have been lit as offerings to the spirits, both guided to rest and as tasks ask for guidance in return. And now, it can indeed guide a spirit, mine, through the cellars. But I need some way to light it. Candles must have been lit irregularly here, so there must still be tools in this room I could look for to use. Yeah, how about that? It's a pewter box! Inside you find shards of flint, striking iron, and char cloth. Tools to light a fire. Perfect. Take them. You have no excuse not to enter the cellars now. You take them. Take the candle. You take a moment to admire it. To spend so much time carving wax, only for it to melt away. The poor soul who carved this must have cared deeply for their departed. But the candles are candles, beautifully etched or not. I could take this to light my way through the cellars. You strike the flint upon spark catches, until a spark catches, then light the 3 long candles standing on the candelabra. A soft glow radiates from the tiny flames now bathed in moonlight. For a moment, they seem to glow blindly bright. Ooh. Promise me you'll take care of your sister. What? Promise me you'll take care of your sister. Okay. Promise me you'll never fight, that you'll love each other. Sparrow daughter, please. I beg of you, she's done nothing wrong. What? Those voices. I don't recognize them. That must have been the past. Well, why did it feel less like a memory, more like a dream? You toss your helmet and gorg it, as if you're shaking your head. Then take the candlestick. You can sort out the riddles later. Man, this is great. All right, book time. Oh God, it's dark. Carefully take the candlestick. You bring it to the tall candelabra, setting each wick alight with flame. That's better. Oh, I could see now. Heck yeah. Books. Shelves of books and records. What look like a variety of subjects. You walk over to examine the spines, until you spot one that bears the same emblem on your armor. A raven with wings extended like a leaf. Ancestry of the House of Winter. That must be the family name of the Marchioness. Navigating the pages isn't easy with your metal fingers, but you manage, flipping through decades, if not centuries, of names, dates, and facts until you land on the most recent entry. Yeah, I got time to read through all this. I got a mortal life. Year 228. On the second day of the second month, a daughter is born to Marquise Sigmund and Lady Vivian, and given name Segland. 5 days later, Lady Vivian perishes. Dang. Year 246. On the 7th day of the second month, Lord Sigmund perishes after many months of illness. Lady Sigland is named his successor and bestows the title of Marchioness. Well, okay. So, there was Sigmund and Vivian. Vivian dies. Sigmund dies. And Lady Sigland, the daughter, becomes the... Okay. Just getting in order. Sigland. Sigland von Winter? Von Winter? That's a dope name. My master. What? So you were 18 years old when your father crossed the sunless sea. If the Marchioness and the one in the painting are the same, then the lady I serve was barely more than a child. That voice earlier. You're not my brother. You flip back through the early entries. There's no mention of a son. Was that not the Marchioness' voice I heard? You close the book with a sinking feeling in your karas. So, she had a secret brother? Let's look at this. Let's look at this guy. He looks cool AF. It's a painting of a man with a white hair and beard, dressed in fine furs and jewels. Please let it be me. Please let it be me. I want the swag. There's a clear resemblance between him and the portrait of the woman in the solar. His painted eyes stare down at you in a stoic contempt. I'll go ahead and say it. You ungrateful bastard. Who gave you everything you have? You granted the honor and the privilege of knighthood when you should be rotting in the streets. Stale liquor, dusty cedar, parchment and ink. It's a tournament day. You're not in spirit for games. You were treated here in a foul mood, unaware that he had shirked his duties and done the same. What more do you want, boy? You know what I want, father. I'm his son. I remember him. This man was my father. The master of the castle was my father. Yet there was no mention of my birth in the record. And his daughter succeeded him while I become nothing more than a knight. And even that was a privilege he deemed me unworthy of. Okay, so I think I literally, in the sense, I was a bastard, like someone unlegitimate he had outside the family. That's what I'm guessing. And it went to the other lady, I forgot her name, Sigland? What did he refuse to give me? What did I want from him? Ooh, what did he refuse to give me? I was his flesh and blood. Yet, it didn't seem like he saw me as such. You saw no reason to fulfill your quest for a mere vessel, did you? What is this? Empty glass bottle. As you brush cobweb off your gauntlet, a memory of scent wafts over you. Stale liquor. Singing bitterness. Honey to mask it. You must recoil from the distaste. I take it wasn't one strong drink. I could use to hold something to leave a trail with in the cellars. Oh yeah, take the bottle. I could use to hold something and leave a trail like powder. Take the bottle, fixing it snugly to your belt. So we need powder now. Interesting. Okay. Oh, there's a drawer. In the drawer, you find a corked bottle of alcohol, dusty and undisturbed. You wonder if the Marchioness of her or her predecessor was fond of drink. Top right of the drawer is locked and will not open. Can't help but feel the desk is in its current state. Spilled alcohol, mess of papers doesn't look like belong to the Marchioness. Unlike the Solar, this place looked largely untouched. The young one wanted to remember his father. What a mess. That's a weird way to remember your father, but I'll say that. Pitiful thing. Ordinarily, I'd say to cling to the past doesn't won no favors, but something from your past must have brought you back to this place. Map. The faded map lies on the desk. It depicts two territories in the center divided by a great river. Skyrim. Life Thrasher. Liftesher. Ostra. Yeah. Astrara. Those names I recognize. Lif. Thrasir. The kingdom of silver north and golden south. Sunset over endless fields. Birch forest turning pale gold in autumn chill. The white river Asker gleamed with ice. Pale crests and weaves breaking on the boreal sea. Skyridge peak. Skyridge. Scraping the frost blue horizon. A place I defended with my life. What about this way? Astara. The kingdom across the river. Vengeance. Snow. Blood, smoke, screams. Beyond that, I don't remember. Cool. Oh, yeah, go on here. What is this? Behind the map, you find a note. My lady, you made the right decision. The Lion's Den is too dangerous for a young girl like yourself. You can rely on me to handle the peace talks. I'm glad you understand why sending Sir Tristan would be imprudent. A bastard has no place rubbing shoulders with lords, no matter how decorated. I'm sure I need not remind you what they call him. The Prince Slayer's presence. The Prince Slayer? Oh, that's a cool name. Could have give the wrong impressions at a peace summit. Nor do the blood-hungry hounds who side with Heimdall need further encouragement. Please do not worry yourself. Ever your loyal commander, Sir D. Sir D what? Yeah, Prince Slayer? Prince Slayer. A mere knight dares spill royal blood. Small wonder this Sir Tristan would have been shunned, even for a veteran. Seems like he was no champion of peace, and had some reason of blooding his hands. Tristan. You turn the name over in your mind, repeating it rhythm. Tristan. 2 syllables, a backwards heartbeat. Its cadence is familiar, engraved in your memory like etching on your armor. He was a bastard, like you. He was an outcast, like you. He's you. Yeah, I think it. There's some more. Oh, there's right here. Stack of paper sitting on the desk. You look through them, names, find figures and numbers. They're fiscal documents. Little of this look eligible, though. They're stained and faded. On one of the better preserved pages is a roster of knights listed in order of rank among their respective fiefs and incomes. This many knights? What does a wealthy master we share? If tension Australia were high, however, this makes plenty of sense. One knight, whose name cannot be made out, is listed at the bottom. Whoever he was, he had far lower earnings than the rest. I guess I'm going to give you 3 guesses who it is. Me. Okay, so there's something locked here still, but you have not spent years protecting the commoners from austerity and invaders. To tell them you're a prince as locked in a white tower. I'm well aware of my shortcomings. The only reason you stand where you are is because Sir Tristan is loyal to you, but loyalties can change. Okay. So I'm looking for black powder. Did you not like my gift? It's beautiful, bud. You stand in the cellar, your arms folded tightly in front of you. Your eyes flit over the suit of polished steel and stands there in solemn silence, a gleam shadow. You don't know what else to say. It is beautiful, worthy of a prince, worth prince's ransom, but it's still only a suit of armor. To an ordinary knight, a gift like this would be honor of a lifetime. But for a hero of the kingdom, a veteran of the great ice war, a man who's given and sacrificed so much. How could a single suit of armor ever be enough? I only want it. Yeah, we're gonna get ashes from the fireplace, that's right. Look, spy, clump of snow. A feather? It's gone before you could think to reach for it. Ash. Not the ideal trail marker, but I've no better options. You do your best to scoop it up from the ashes of the hearth, the glass bottle. It slips through the cracks of your gauntlet and settles deep into the fine etchings of the lameness. Lames, turning beautiful black steel gray. Or you have other things to concern yourself with, being tidy. Finally, once the bottle is filled, you return it to its place on your belt. I hope this works. Now we can go down to the, in here. We got a candle. And we got some, a trail of ashes. Hippity hop, go in the cellar. Once more, you lift the hatch and stare into the open maw of the cellar staircase. The light from the candles faintly flickers, outlines staggering steps swallowed by the darkness below. You stare into the blackness, one gauntlet gripped on your candlestick. What? The other reaffirming that the bottle you built sits snug. It's now or never. And so you descend. Step by step. Your septons clang. Your halberd rattles against the shell of your cuirass. You grip your candlestick tightly as if it's shield and weapon both. Candlestick, huh? The tunnels are wider than you remember. Wider than the oppressive twisting stone you imagined. There's ample room above your helm and around you, so much that your candlestick barely reaches the walls the other side. There is no sound but the ringing steel against steel as you step and step onward. The shaking of your halberd, clink, clank, within your hollowed cuirass echoes like a heartbeat. Finally up ahead, you come across a fork in the path. Ooh, I could search my memories? Heck yeah, I'll search my memories. What path did you take so many years ago? You were following a lantern of light. Somebody you held on to tightly. Were they holding on to you? Right. Alright, are these memories actually trustworthy? I think they are. So, I mean, I'll just follow his memories. I mean, I could be the opposition, but I'll just go right. I'll trust him. You leave a small pile of ash marked to the turn, then continue into the darkness. It's strange how familiar this feels. Not this place, but this darkness. How crushing it is. How alone. Somewhere once, I was freezing. I was hurt. I was trying to build a fire, but my fingers were numb. With every shake of your metal heartbeat, you give silent thanks to you no longer feel the cold. It's one way to think about it. The path continues on, stone after stone. Finally, after what could be minutes or hours, you spy another fork in the path. Search your memories. Hand over the girl. What did you do to your father? Answer me. You can hate me all you wish. A young girl cries. A knight's resolve. Voices. One of them is yours. Nameless knight. Left. Now, here's the thing. Will following this trail give me the same outcome of me dying, like how I ended up in this part at the begin with? I guess so. We're just gonna keep on going and follow I'm gonna trust. Make another mark with the ash, and then continue down your path. Voices whisper at the edge of your mind. A tangle of threads, faded and frayed. You cannot make out the words. Can't reach through the torn veil of your memories. Half of you wants to scream with the lungs you don't have. The other half wants to turn back and run. Steady. If being down here makes me feel this way, I must be getting close. You can do nothing but continue, so continue you do. As you walk, the candles seem to flicker, then burn brighter than ever. You grip the candlestick tightly and continue on at a cautious pace. Step after step. Finally, up ahead, another turn comes into view. Another fork. Memory! This time, there's nothing at all. No. Wait. You're not my brother. My brother's a hero. He would never hurt me or betray me like this. I'm not a hero. Uh-oh. Wait, why does it say left? Why why the save say left in the thing? Does that mean I should go left? I'm gonna think it's a bug, and I'm there has been what is the thing in wizardry? There have been premonitions. There has been foresight. I must go left. You leave more ash to mark your trail, then continue down the tunnels, hoping that you picked correctly. Did I? You walk for what it feels like hours. Your every hollow, clanging step reminds you that you are alone. You are alone. Whispers wrap around you like silk, tapping you in their threads. You are alone. You are not alone. What? Voices linger. Memories coalesce. Theirs, yours? They flicker and burn. They wither and choke. Ash gives way to cold and dark. The waves of sea call. The dead do not belong. You jerk violently as hot wax drips onto your gauntlet, making you flinch as if skin were flesh and not steel. You fumble and nearly drop the candlestick. Steady. Steady. I am far from the shores of the sea. I have nothing to fear. I just need to get through this. You continue on, more briskly than before, as if making up lost time. Finally, up ahead, you see something on the ground, a glint in the darkness. You doubt your own senses at first? No, something really is there. Carefully, you approach. Candlelight falls on metal caked in dust and decay. The curve of a karas, the threads of a molding surcoat, the white of bone. Hey, it's me! The corpse lies before you. Spirits. He's got keys. What about that? Corpse of a knight lays against the wall, jaw locked in soundless cries, sockets staring eternally upward. He spent his last moments calling out to, cursing, whoever killed him. Probably the sister. I guarantee this is me. Medallion in the shape of a ribbon hangs around the knight's gorget. You note how similar it looks to the one worn by the Marchioness and Marquise in their portrait. Marks a high ranking. No, the highest rank given to a knight. Keys hang off the ring on a fallen knight's belt. I have to take those before I leave. I'm sorry, but I need them. Ooh. Wait a minute. If I light a candle in respect, that's me, right? Or I could take the keys and I could go back to the office. I got a light for respect. Doesn't feel right to leave him like this. But I don't have any candles to spare. Oh, crap. Rest in peace. You seem in no choice to leave the dead knight be. But been down the cellar a good while. With candlelight waning, you decide to retreat the way you came. You reach for the keys looped to the knight's belt. Oh. Whoa, it's me. Me fighting me? That armor. You. How dare you show yourself again, traitor? Okay. Another time or place. Castle Winter, Lift Year. 308 Winter. Grandmother? I brought you some more milk. You are my heir, Tristram, not a servant. Will you wait until I cross the sunless sea before I act like it? Oh. Young man, wordless, sets down and streaming cup and retreats from the room. You almost feel like a pang of remorse as you hear a door close behind them with a quiet thud. Old age is making you sentimental. The regrets you thought you tossed aside weigh like a piled stone. The boy is almost 30, and on the surface, an ideal successor. Level-headed, poised, a seasoned warrior, a skilled diplomat, like you trained him to be. This is the future, so. But his heart is fragile, weak, just like you? No. You sigh and turn toward the painting on the wall. Like him. His portrait hung on the wall for decades. It was painted from the memories and descriptions. The artist spared no detail but captured his likeness with melancholy, so true to life it stung you. Far from the heroic figure you wanted him to be remembered as, you dismissed the artist from your court in disgrace and hung portrait in the privacy of your chambers, safe from the eyes of the world. That's us. That's cool. And so he has kept watch over you, decade after decade, reminding you of your failures. You find yourself speaking to the dead more than living these days. You dream of things. You ask him, explain to him, beg of him, demand from him. Until we meet again beyond the sunless sea, dear brother. We got a brother? Huh? Last winter night. Cinema. Absolute cinema. That was god tiered. That was good. That was so good. This was just a demo, but I want to play the whole freaking game because of that crap. That was amazing. Just every sentence was masterfully written. The artwork is hand drawn. This is a game made by artists. This game is a different level above most games that I play. It is so good. It is so good. I definitely want to play this game, but I had to play it after a big game coming out Tuesday. So if you like the video, please like, subscribe, do all that other jazz. And if you don't, you're going to possess a giant piece of armor and have your soul drift in the sunless sea forever. Yeah, anyway, thank you all, and have a good day. That's so cool.